I'm Jishansik, Assistant Professor in IT/ICT Department of LJ Institute of Engineering and Technology. So in this video of Node.js, I will explain the concept of string. So what is exactly string, how it is working, why it is very useful concept of in Node.js. So let's start today's topic, streams in Node.js. So basically when we are talking about the streams, so data is communicating over the internet, or we can say network. So the reason behind that to learn Node.js in string in Node.js is if the size of data that are transferred over the network when the user is requesting, then how Node.js is accepting those data, what is the communication speed, or we can say that what is the loading speed of that data. So generally, if we learn the basic read file, write file, so that is capable to handle this situation when the data size is minimum. But when the real time, the large data is reading over the network, then what happens? Okay, so let's understand in detail how it actually works. So streams are one of the fundamental concept of Node.js applications. So the way are to handle reading writing files on the network communication or any kind of end-to-end information exchange in efficient way. So basically streams is not unique to Node.js because it starts from the operating system. So it is introduced by Unix operating system. So what happened in Unix? If you want to use the concept of stream, we are using the concept of pipe, okay, pipe operator. So the same concept is used by Node.js. So for example, in traditional way, when you tell the program to read the file, then what happened? That file is read into your memory, and from start to finish, then you process it. So what happened exactly? First file is read into the memory. So step number 1 is there. In the step number 2, you are reading from that memory. So the communication speed is efficient if and if only your file size is less. So Node.js is providing stream module at the foundation of all the streaming APIs. So from where it is coming? It is coming from your event emitter class. So what is event emitter class? That I already explained in the previous video of event handling. So when we are talking about basically streams, so it is a major advantage when we are handling the particular data over the network. So basically it is give the two major advantages. First is memory efficiency, and second one is all about time efficiency. So if you are talking about the memory efficiency, you don't need to load large amount of data into memory before you are able to process it. And when we are talking about the time efficiency, then it takes away less time to start processing data, since you can start processing as soon as you have it rather than waiting for whole data. So here when we are use the concept of string, chunk of data, that is a slice of data is loaded from your side, from the network. So we are not eager, or we are not waiting for the loading of data into the memory first. So let's understand using example how it is working. So in simple, if we are read the data in the from the memory, what happened generally in the concept of particular file read? So you are creating the particular HTTP module if we are using the concept of our web server. Okay, then I'm importing again fs module, that is your file stream. Now we are creating one module, that is create server, and for read the data we are using which method? That is read file method. The parameter is saying that we are reading the data from this txt file, and two parameters are there. First parameter here must be is error, if any error will be there, and second parameter which data you are trying to read, that is the variable data, and the next is response.end data. So it tells your particular machine that there is no more data coming from the server, and you have to specify the particular port number where the server is listening the request of client using .listen. In the parameter you are passing the port number. So this is a basic use of read file method. It is not following the streaming concept. What happens exactly when you are reading the data? It will load the data from your data.txt. Okay, so load the data from data.txt into the memory. Okay, but if we are talking about the particular specific method, so disadvantage is that if the file is big, our data.txt size is big, 10 MB, 100 MB, then what happen? It is easy to convenient, is it efficient to read the data, how the time is consuming behind that. Okay, both the concept are here, efficiency as well as time. So instead of that, if we are using the concept of stream, okay, what the concept are used? So for that reading, we are using the read stream method. Okay, so let's understand with the help of example. So if the file is big, the operation take a little bit of time. So this is the same using our string. So first is we are importing HTTP module, then we are importing our file stream module, then we are creating one server. So instead of read file, we are using the concept of streaming. So fs.create read stream. So read stream method, create read stream method is creating one object that is reading the data from a particular file, and it return the stream object. Now if we are not loading the data into the memory, then we are using the concept of pipe. Okay, so here stream.pipe, and in the parameter we are passing the response object that will return the data. Okay, and at the end we are doing dot listen 8080. So this is the basic, how the basic stream is used using the create stream class. Okay, so in this example, if we are talking about, so instead of waiting until the file is fully read, we start streaming here. This is the advantage. Okay, so the chunk of data is ready to read, it is sent to the client. So those data from the big file that are available with your particular chunk in the pipe, it will use. So if we are talking about the specific pipe method, okay, so pipe method is used here, stream.pipe in the parameter response. The pipe method is called on the file stream. Okay, it's called the pipe stream. So what does that code do? So it takes the source and pipes into the destination. So simply it creates one whole string between client and server, like a normal pipe in real-time scenario. Okay, the data which is available, that are directly sent to the client. So instead of loading into the memory, what happened, our stream is connected between source and destination. The data which are ready by your server put into the pipe and send it to the client. So it takes less time as compared to our normal read file. Okay, so that's why it is called a time efficient and memory efficient. So let's understand both the context with the help of programming. Okay, so this is the first program, that is we are using the concept of read file, that is our normal file. Okay, so here we are including both the modules. It is simple, our create server method. Okay, but here we are using which method? Read file method. In read file method, I am reading the data from test123.txt. Okay, in the both parameter are available, error and data and response.and data. So this is the method, using that we can read the data. Okay, so let's try to run the code. See, okay, so node string demo1.js. Okay, so I'm capable to handle this right now, localhost 8080. So you can see here how the data loading time is available. Okay, whole process is going on round and round. Okay, so before that I will show you the size of file. Okay, suppose I am given dir. Okay, so this is the files, from that I am reading the which file, test123.txt. so you can see the size here. Okay, okay, test123.txt, for example I am writing dir test123.txt, specifically size of test123. So you can see the size is 1792460 bytes, is around 1.7 to 8 MB. So when you are reading the data from this type of big file, okay, it will takes the time when server is executing your code, okay. But when we are talking about specific data file that consume less time, so for that we are moving to our stream program. Okay, so this is the code where we are using the read stream method. Okay, so some modules are there, our create server function are there, but instead of read simple file read, we are using which concept create read stream file. In the parameter I am passing test123.txt and we are using the pipe concept here, what I already explaining. Okay, so file.pipe response, file of response of your HTTP server module. Okay, so let's run that code. Node stream them.js. Okay, now okay, so you can see that loading time is lesser than the previous one. You can see here whole data is coming as soon as possible. Okay, because file size is very big. You can see here whole data is loaded here. Okay, when you are scrolling it will be get. So this is the quite efficient way to read the data in real time scenario. Since our in this program our data size is less, so when the file size is bigger then it will be very beneficial. Now we are moving to the next. Using this concept, if you are reading the file then your efficiency will be increased. So this core concept is used by Node.js and more APIs are used to implementation. So backend many APIs which are defaultly available for reading file, writing file, okay, two-way communication on network. Many APIs are useful. Then another, if we are want to take more than one files using pipes, then this is the code for that. Okay, for example, our more than one pipes are used for the same or different destination, then you can use source.pipe. First parameter is our destination one dot pipe destination two. So it will be considered as a source.pipe destination one. From this destination we are again putting another pipe. So for that destination one dot pipe in the parameter destination two. So this that can be considered as a chain of pipes. Okay, if you want to create more than one pipes, it will create more efficiently data read. Okay. Now we are moving to these APIs. So when we are talking about the concept of this stream, using this concept, Node.js is implementing this type of APIs. For example, here process.standard.in that returns the connected standard inputs for the standard outputs, standard errors. So these APIs is giving the response by default. The process module is really doesn't require to import when we are getting the simple errors. When we are getting right now, if we are reading the file, okay, so how the data is coming from the network. So for that standard input API is available, that will be available in which module? Process module. So it doesn't require to import, it is by default available. But these modules are implemented with the concept of streaming. Okay, so for reading we are using read stream, we already use. For writing we are using write stream. Now if in depth, if we are talking about this streaming, it basically follows the four classes. For reading, readable; for writing, writable; and duplex and transform. Let's understand the detailed concept. So if we are talking about the readable, a stream you can pipe from but not pipe into. Okay, so you are getting the only data, so you are receiving the data but you cannot send the data. So we can see this, it is only one-way communication for reading the file only. Okay, so the same way if you are talking about the writable stream, then you can write the data into the pipe but you can't read the data. If you are talking about the duplex one, a stream you can both the pipe into and pipe from. So that's why we can read and write both in a single manner. Okay, so readable and writable, both the work can be handled by which classes? which class? Duplex class. And the next one is transform. So it is similar to duplex, but the output of the transformation as an input can be considered in the transform. So this is the streaming class that will be used by particular thing. So if you want to particularly use these classes, then how can we compare, or how can we directly import these things? So for include our stream, we have to import which package? Stream package. Okay, so that will be our first line. Stream is equal to required stream. Now next we have to take the readable class here. So for that we are using new stream.readable. Okay, so this is the line using that we can get the object of readable class. Okay, so readable stream is my object for reading the data. So then we have to use read method. Okay, so whenever you see underscore read, that will be a method that will be available by our particular stream class. Okay, so here we are using const readable stream is equal to new string.readable. In the parameter, you can see in the body part you are using the read class. Okay, now if stream is initialized, if you want to send the data, then you can use the push method of that readable dot push, and what you are writing back can be read by here. So this is the basic example that will be help you to understand how exactly stream is used in the background processes. Okay, this is not how our APIs are implemented. For that, this stream class is responsible. So if we are talk about the write stream class, so for that we have to include our stream, then we have to create the object of our writable class. So stream.writable, and my object name is write stream. Okay, writable stream. Now the same way we have to implement in our code. Okay, so for that, if I have to write and then print, then what the data is coming, I have to identify. So if we are talking about the streaming writing, then we always getting the data in the form of chunk. So first parameter is that chunk, which part is coming. Second part is our encoding, that we generally take the UTF-8. Then next, what the data is coming, first chunk is coming, then next is which chunk has to come, and then if we are writing the data, then we have to convert into the string, which will be preferable to read by our console. So that's why we are using console.chunk.toString. The next method is called for helping to get the next data. Okay, so if we want to get this data, okay, then we can get that particular data from the chunk that is available on our streaming class. So you can piece a readable stream using process.standardin.pipe. Okay, so standard input is used for reading the data, that pipe, and in the parameter we are passing the writable stream. So this is the in-depth concept of your particular streaming in Node.js. So this is all about Node.js streaming. Thank you for watching.